Good morning, everyone. This is Melody Reels at the Iowa Quilt Museum here in Winterset, Iowa, where it is currently -2. But bonus, it feels like 9 degrees. So, it's not all bad. You got to look at the upside, right? Welcome back to the Iowa Quilt Museum. We have a new exhibit. So sad to pack up Julie Silber's indigo blue and white quilts, but we got them all down on Sunday evening and actually got all these quilts up also on Sunday evening. So Monday we were closed and we put on some finishing touches. I still have some finishing touches left to do, but we are officially open. This is our new exhibit. But before I get to that, just real quick, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Sorry for not having a video last week. I hope you enjoyed your time with your family and friends. Here in Winterset, the day after Thanksgiving, the Friday, we have Festival of Lights. That was a lot of fun, really cold, but successful. Shop Small Small Business Saturday here in Iowa, at least in this area, in our area. It snowed, and so a lot of businesses, we weren't open, a lot of places were closed down. So they're doing a redo of Shop Small Business Saturday this Saturday, December 6th. If that is the case for your area, if your Shop Business Saturday, Saturday after Thanksgiving was bad weather, check and see if your local favorite shop is doing a redo this Saturday. I encourage you to shop small businesses. We are just a little museum with a little gift shop, and we have items for sale, and so it's a big deal for us. And there's a lot of shops here on the square that it's a big deal for them that shop Saturday. So so go out and support your local little small businesses. Otherwise, what happens to our towns? They start to look like the Back to the Future in 1985. That's what happens. Everything looks shut down. That's what happens. So shop your small businesses, help support them, stay off of Amazon if you can help it, stay off the Temu and the websites, and go support your local businesses. Okay, enough preaching. This current exhibit, let's talk about our exhibit. We will have this exhibit for 18 weeks. 18 weeks, that leads us into April 5th is the last day of this exhibit, so you have plenty of time for bad weather, whatever, to make up, so you have plenty of time to get here. I will only be doing 17 videos because one of those Thursdays is Christmas Day, so I probably won't be doing a video that day. And another video will be on New Year's, which I think I'll probably do a video on that day. But let me talk about this exhibit already. This is Rebound, Renew, Reimagined. We're calling it Manhattan Quilters Guild Reemerges. If you don't know, Manhattan Quilt Guild, let me introduce them to you. The Manhattan Quilters Guild is a New York City-based collective of quilt artists committed to advancing the art of practice of quilt making. Formed in 1980 from a small group of quilters who first met through a magazine ad, the Guild has grown into an internationally recognized network of artists who exhibit both individually and together. The Guild promotes public appreciation of contemporary quilting through exhibitions, while its members contribute to the field through teaching, publishing, and community engagement. We have here at the museum have had the Manhattan Quilters Guild before, and the 40 by 40, I think there was another 40 by 40 by 40 by 40s, I think is what it was. I don't remember. But we have had them before, and we've had some of these quilt artists in different exhibits before. So we're excited to have them back. We're excited to introduce this exhibit to you. Let me talk to you about the exhibit. The whole Rebound, Renew, and Reimagine has a purpose. So they kind of do a quilt challenge. Well, I'll just read what I have here for you. Okay, the Manhattan Quilters Guild presents 19, so I have 19 of them, new works created in response to the shared prompt reflecting themes of renewal, reinvention, and resurgence from the isolation of the pandemic's years. Artists explored the wide range of approaches, drawing inspiration from New York City's energy, experimenting with distinctive materials, reworking early pieces and meditating on memory, emotion, color, and process. Bound by 40 by 40 size guidelines, yet unlimited in vision, these quilts showcase the individuality of each artist and the Guild's enduring commitment to creativity, adaptability, and artistic growth. So all these exhibits, all these quilts start with reincarnation, regrowth, rebloom. I'm trying to think, what's this one? Redo. All of them have that was kind of the requirements as well as the size requirements. And it's interesting to read the stories about what they went through during the pandemic, and how they dealt with that and how they were able to deal with being isolated. You know, some people enjoy isolation and they like to be by themselves, and others it's really hard. And so, and to be isolated from friends and family. So that's what this is about. And I read that there's 19. Well, we had more room than, we had a more space than the 19. So some of those quilt artists sent us extra quilts. So our gallery is kind of divided up a little bit, and those extra quilts are on the back half of this. And so last exhibit I did, name that quilt block on Monday, and then I talk about that quilt block and that quilt on Thursday. So this time around, I think what I'm going to do is on Monday feature the quilt artist, because they are quilt artists. They have information and websites, and I will feature them on Monday, and then Thursday we'll talk about their quilt. So unfortunately for Ludmila, I will make it up to her somehow, but I would have featured her on Monday, and I'm going to talk about her today. But I did want to start with her quilt because it's very distinctive to New York. So we're going to talk about, let me make sure, all my little notes, scribbles. I talked about the weather, 18 weeks, 19 quilters. We talked about what happened over Thanksgiving break. Oh, there will be, talked about how we're going to do the Monday and then the Thursday videos. There is a book for this exhibit, and we will have it, once we get them, we will have them in our gift shop as well as online. So I'm going to flip you around so you can see the quilt and stop looking at me. Boink. This is Retrospective, dimensions 40 by 40, which all of them will be. Pieced and quilted by Ludmila, which I looked it up. I'm pretty sure that's Ludmila. Yes, Ludmila. Aristova. God bless it. I'm so sorry, Ludmila. Let me talk to you about her real quick before we talk about this quilt. Ludmila began her career as a professional fashion designer after graduating from Moscow Textile Institute in 1969. Since 1981, she has been creating one-of-a-kind wearable pieces which were exhibited and sold at the Moscow art salons and to a group of private clients. Ludmila was introduced to art quilts in 1991 during her first visit to the United States and began to create her textile-based mixed media works using a perfected techniques she once incorporated in her garments: piecing, applique, wafering, embroidery, beading, quilting, and other fine hand needlework techniques, which all bear testimony to her superb craftsmanship. Her work is included in numerous museums and private collections in the United States, Canada, Asia, and Europe, including those of the All Russia Museum of Decorative Applied and Folk Arts in Moscow, International Quilt Study Center and Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska, and the Museum of Arts and Design in New York City. I took that off her website. She does have a website. I will post that in the comments so you could go out and check out her other artworks, her other quilts. I have a little printout that someone, not someone, let me tell you who. Rachel sent to me, who's a quilt artist here. Ludmila came to fiber arts after a career of fashion design, explored the relationship between light and color by combing a wide array of different fabric types, heavy machine quilting, hand painting, multiple prairie points, and bead embroidery to achieve textures and complex chromatic contrast and illuminate her artwork. Aristova's award-winning works in major museums, which we talked about, and private collections, and then I have her websites. So I will post that. So let's talk about retrospective. Materials and construction techniques used: silk, cotton, wool, metallic sequins, photo collage, applique, hand and machine pieced, hand quilted, hand painted, hand pleated, tucks, and prairie points. You know what? I didn't do my homework. I need to figure out. Like, I thought I knew what prairie points were, but I'll find out. Inspiration for this quilt came when I was looking through postcards from my earlier exhibits. I thought it would be interesting to find a way to comb into one piece, to combine into one piece all the quilts from the Cityscape series I have worked on between 2006 and 2013. I still had my 2009 piece, Before the Storm, in my possession, which with slight modifications could become a perfect starting point, as both its square shape and colors would work well with all the other quilts in this series. Before the Storm now serves as a centerpiece, and is framed with images of the Cityscape quilts, of other Cityscapes quilts. In this way, Before the Storm was renewed, reimagined, reconstructed, and incorporated into retrospective. Of my Cityscape series, art critic Ed McCormick wrote, passages of hand painting, especially of the skies, also enhances the intricate and complex hand-sewn elements of Aristova's textile works, inspired by her adoptive city of New York. So this is, considering they're the Manhattan Quilters Guild, I just really wanted to start with this one with the New York Cityscape. All right, everybody, don't freak out. I don't have gloves on. Hold on. I'll go get some real quick, and then we'll take a closer look at the quilt. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got my quilt. I've got my gloves. I'm going to take you off the stand, and we're going to take a closer look at Ludmila's work here. So you can see the little sequence in here that she adds to add to the dimension and the lighting of the buildings. You can see here the different fabrics. This is more of a, I would call it a mesh or a tulle. We've got a little ribbon here that's metallic and gives a shimmer. Oh, that's prairie points. They're so tiny. Look at that. I didn't see them. I'm like looking all over for prairie points. Look at the fun. Oh, and then here's her pleating that she was talking. You can't see that very well. Let me go from at an angle. I don't know if you could see that very well, but she kind of pleats them out. So she's sewn these in here to give that dimension. And in this one too. Oh, there, you can see it better in this one. Oh, isn't that beautiful fabric? Some more sequins, some more prairie points. Look at how perfectly matched that sequence is to the purple there. Aren't you gorgeous? She's beautiful. You can see the hand quilting here as she outlines the skyline, makes little dashes across the sky. Hand painting of the fabric. My goodness, she is multi-talented. This woman is amazing. Look at the little scallops. Is that what we're going to call them? Little waves she's created to add some more dimension and depth to each of these buildings. I mean, can you see how they really have popped out? This is beautiful. I always sound like I've never seen this before, but to actually to take some time and look at them up close and see all this beautiful work and intricate details and time and stacking, and look at her beautiful signature down here. I love it. Oh, this is really it's almost like upholstery fabric. beautiful. And I'm gonna guess the sky at least is hand painted. Oh, and look, she's got the waves in the building. This is printed. It's not textured. It's printed to give it that textured look, but it gives that separate definition. And then you've got something a little abstract up here. Almost looks like you're looking through a window a rainy day at the cityscape, doesn't it? Where it's kind of all streaky and running down. Oh my goodness, she is so creative. You can see those better than I can. I'm holding you over my head, so I can't even talk about what you're seeing right now because, well, I have my readers on, which doesn't help. It looks like, does she have some beading up there around the building? Or is that the hand quilting? Or is it both? I don't know, I can't. I see little dots right in here. But maybe that's just the quilting. I don't know if she's got some pleating in here when she did her quilting as well. Come down, a night sky. Ooh, I love how she does this. It kind of mimics the point of the Chrysler building. Isn't that beautiful? Aren't these lovely? I don't know why, but this panel down here that I'm going to show you, these last 5 here, kind of give me that feel of like being in Utah and those the structure, the rock, their skyline. Isn't that interesting? With the natural colors and kind of a little more abstract. Well, she's gorgeous. Truly a work of art. All right, I'm going to back up. I'm going to remount you onto the stand here. Bring you in a little closer again. Well, you just really can't see those details from far away, can you? And it almost looks like she's wrinkled, but she's not. It's just those lines. So again, this is Retrospective 40 by 40 by Ludmila Aristova. Silk, cotton, wool, metallic sequins, photo collage, applique, hand and machine pieced, hand quilted, hand painted, hand pleated, which we saw, the tucks and the prairie points. And so she was inspired by her postcards from early exhibits and thought it would be interesting to find a way to combine them into one piece. All the quilts from her Cityscape series. She's worked on since 2006 and 2013. So this is a renewed, reimagined, reconstructed, and incorporated in retrospect. And it's from a previous called Before the Storm, which I'm gonna guess that's the center one with all the purple in there. Okay, this is Ludmila Aristova originally from Russia, new home in New York City. And that's just the beginning. I've got 18 more to show you, as well as 7 extras from this really talented and beautiful Manhattan Quilters Guild. And I'm excited to share that with you. All right, everyone. Well, I think that's a good start. Thank you for joining. I will see you next week with another quilt and another quilt story. Everybody have a wonderful weekend and shop small businesses if you can. All right. Thanks, everybody. Oh, I just turned you around. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.